Hey, RIOT podcasters, we're back today.
Aww,
I was out sick yesterday.
I wish sometimes we could just send out, even if it was like a 6-second, like, hey, that's where there's no podcast.
We could.
Well, we don't want to clog up your podcast feed unless there's not one.
So here's the word. Okay. In today's podcast, at some point I mentioned that I didn't watch a movie over the weekend. I totally did.
You did? Which one?
Completely forgot. It was Friday afternoon, like right after, I don't know, whatever, Friday afternoon. I watched The Matrix.
You did? Well, you had the discs.
Right, I did, because they had the, this was 20th anniversary, and so they had re-released the original back in theaters, very limited release, but it was out there. And I had a friend of mine, we were going to go see it in the theater, and then it was like, okay, don't you have that on like 4K Blu-ray? Yeah. Let's just do that for free.
Oh, there you go.
Quote unquote free, because the disc was less than the price of one ticket.
Sure.
So we went to my place, watched it, and that was really something.
How's it hold up? Unless you want to talk about it tomorrow, I mean.
Maybe we should talk about it tomorrow, but the only thing I would say about it now is that it's smaller than I remember. And that's the way I feel about a lot of old action films. At the time, they seem big, and when you go back and watch them, you're like, oh. I mean, comparatively now, think about the last few scenes in Avengers Endgame and how there's, 6,000 people on screen at once. This movie involves fights between 2, sometimes as much as 3 people. And you're just like,
so you're right. The footprint of it can seem a bit smaller. Oh, yep, he's fine. He's fine.
Don't worry.
He's fine.
So today in the podcast, we've got Obadiah joining Nikki's gym, the return of Alex Trebek, Ms. Monopoly, lactose intolerance again,
an update,
nap shaming, Mystery Science Theater, Disney, and cynicism. And I mean, seriously, what a dose. I mean, it'll be enough cynicism to get you through to the end of the month.
You should never need any of that again. I think Obi brings enough to the table.
I also think that my idea about Gun World and the vacation
Did you put that in here?
Oh, it's in there.
Okay, Gun World's in here too.
Nikki feels like I sound like I'm still sick.
Sometimes when he's sick...
But I feel like I've never thought more clearly.
Sometimes when he's sick, his filter is not the same.
So I'm saying things I normally wouldn't say?
Actually, what you do is you say it and you're so excited about it. It's not just that you said it. The happiness that comes from it. When you talked about Gun World, you're shining. You're literally shining because it comes out. Because you got it out. Compared to other times you would have maybe stifled it.
Would have held on to it.
And not actually said it out loud.
I do get really excited about stuff like that.
So that's when usually it's the little sickness meter of like, there's the filter, it's gone.
He's having too much fun.
But you guys decide. You listen and you let me know, okay?
You guys decide. Well, hey, enjoy the podcast today. I'm going to go yawn.
Okay, great. He's got a busy morning of yawning planned.
A lot of plans today.
Oh, your first yawning meeting's in about 30 minutes.
Do we have meetings today?
Well, I don't know if we do, but if we do, it's yawning.
We should cancel it.
Thanks for listening today.
Bye.
Uncomfortable silences during that morning carpool? Not a problem. These two never shut up. It's the Riot on RadioU.
So I'm back today, but you know who else is back, Nikki?
Who's back?
I'll tell you. Well, actually, you know what? I'd tell you, but I'm going to need you to put it in the form of a question.
Obadiah, who's back today?
Alex Trebek.
Oh, hey! Good for him.
Alex Trebek is back for his 36th season of Jeopardy! And this I didn't know, is that he has completed chemotherapy for cancer. So he's done with his treatment, and dude is back on the air.
I guess I don't feel like Jeopardy and shows like that have seasons, but I guess they do.
I thought the same thing. I'm like,
it comes back too in the fall? I didn't know.
Or
I guess the end of summer.
Imagine this. You watch enough Jeopardy
to know that
you sit down and go, oh, I've seen this one.
It's a rerun.
And do you watch it anyway? Or do you say, you know what?
Well, does anybody watch Jeopardy? Like, what do they do during the summer? Do they just rerun them in order? Because doesn't it go from like the person still continues the next day?
I mean, I think so.
So wouldn't reruns have to be in somewhat of an order?
Probably.
Or do they only rerun ones where...
The really good ones?
Yeah, or like the person doesn't go back the following time. It's always those type of episodes.
These are the kind of questions that
lead us to not watching still. Yeah, we're not watching Jeopardy.
I'm not coming back to watch it, but, And again, to think on that daily grind, it would be like the Riot. Tell us your favorite Riot show. And you'd be like, it was September 24th, 2016, episode number. Like, no, you wouldn't know.
But I guess with Jeopardy, they could know when they have the long streaks.
Somebody somewhere knows.
The only other time we hear about Jeopardy.
Somebody somewhere knows. They're just like, oh, yeah, how could you guys even say that? We should be paying. Well, no, we shouldn't. But somebody somewhere is and or should be paying.
I don't mind paying attention to an article. I just, again, we're not Jeopardy watchers, so I'm not really going to get too deep into this.
No. But
I'm glad he's back.
Me too.
He seemed like he went through a lot, so.
Well, a high five to you, Alex Trebek. Actually, he's made all kinds of weird news in the last couple of years. Like, didn't he get attacked in a hotel or something? He got robbed and he fought the guy, and then he's.
You're going to want to look that up. I'm not sure. Is that him?
Alex Trebek.
Oh, I thought you were going to tell me, didn't he shave his mustache off years ago or something? And that's all I know.
Alex Trebek injured chasing a burglar out of his hotel room.
Well, he did.
Okay, so that's been a little more than last year. It's been a while ago, but it totally happened.
Time doesn't move the same way with Jeopardy.
Well, the thing is, it's like, wait. Is this chasing the burglar out a rerun, or is this part of the new season?
Is this the new season, which starts this week? I mean, you've got to know your seasons.
You know what? Forget I said it. So, you know what, Alex Trebek, I'm back too. But
you only missed one day, though, and then you were there on Friday. So,
admittedly, you being back is a lot more impressive. So, high five, sir.
Obadiah and Nikki tried their hardest, and that's what really matters. This is the worst of the Riot podcast.
Nikki, I'm putting that on our Facebook page right now.
You totally should. You can see what we could have been like.
These are life goals. This is what I want to be.
I don't know if radio would ever go quite back to that. But
this is what I want to be, guys.
If you want to watch an old air check from someone in radio who is really into it.
This is the future. Sometimes you see the future by going back to the past.
Well, everything goes and turns back around, so maybe this will be the trend for radio.
But we feel like
you should watch it.
Hashtag life goals.
Hashtag should the riot change styles.
Change styles. Boom. That's a hashtag. I put it
there.
Right. So, okay. This guy is named JoJo Cookin' Kincaid.
It's some old air check from the 80s because he was on some station in San Diego.
San Diego, man. It's done. It's posted on the Riot's Facebook page, facebook.com/RadioU Riot.
You should take a look and tell us what you think of his approach.
I want to be this guy.
But it's so energetic, so I'm just like, oh, yes.
You know what, though? I think if you went back to when I started, some of my old stuff it's not this.
Well, I don't think the music matches that.
It doesn't.
But there's something there.
I remember getting these phone calls and memos like, stop singing, stop talking with the music, stop talking to the music. I'm like,
you would have got a note on every single one of the things that this guy does.
I did all that.
Or did.
Well, it's worth looking at. If you want to know,
watching.
If you want to know where my headspace is this morning, I want to be this guy.
Well, if you want to know what radio looked like in the 80s, it's something quite fascinating.
He's so into it. And I'm not going to say who, but someone looked at it and said, there's definitely cocaine involved. But we don't know that.
No one knows, but
we don't know that.
That's a common fuel.
It was a problem in our industry during various times.
If you've ever said to yourself, how does that person have so much energy? You're like, well, you just, some are naturally gifted with extra energy and others had to use a little extra.
Some radio people that I may have looked up to and admired have flat out said, yes, it was all cocaine.
It was all because of that. Yeah, but it's worth watching this air check. It's just something very old and very different.
It's so worth it.
So it's at RadioU Riot. If you're not already, you should be following our Facebook page and you can get notifications next time we do a live event. If we're on there playing for Obadiah Plays or an artist or an interview, everything's there.
Giving every novelty food the publicity it so blatantly desires. It's The Riot on RadioU.
Did you go to the gym today?
No. Just like to turn my alarm off.
So you like to set it just so you can turn it off?
I do. It's like, I get to sleep in.
Man, my college roommate was like that. He and I had to have a moment where I was just like, okay, look.
You got to pick one alarm and get up to the one alarm.
I can even handle 2 alarms, but he had like
as long as it's
6.
the same time.
And it was like, I'm sorry that you have an early class this semester. I'm sorry, but I don't. And I'm up for your early class.
Well, I have 2 puppies and they get up. And so I finally was like, well, if I turn off the first alarm, which doesn't mean anything, I don't actually get up to it, then I'll stop getting them up with the alarm too. So now I just go ahead and get up with the second alarm.
So what I was going to tell you is that you and I think, are about to be gym buddies.
Why?
Because
you're going to join?
Yeah.
That's good. Now I got to go then.
Well, I don't know. I feel like that
Is
there's
that
some
too much?
real potential awkwardness there.
Why? You go to the one part and I don't even go over there.
You don't know that? Who knows? Like, what if I think that's
awkward if you're a listener and you're like, oh my gosh, they're both here.
As snow and ice move in.
Yeah.
Like, I may be running on treadmills where you're...
There's several lines, like sections of it.
Yeah.
I like to be on the right side underneath the fan. So if that's my spot...
That's where I like to be.
No, it's not. You haven't even been in there except for one time. So that's not true.
But when I walked in, I was like, this is obviously where the best treadmills are.
It's the perfect spot for me. You be on the left side, and then it won't be awkward at all.
I actually feel like it's good for us to talk about this now because...
Set it up in case something happens.
Inevitably... If you and I are at the same gym, we're going to be there at the same time.
Uh-huh.
And I'm going to want to really bother you.
You don't need to.
But I won't.
Thank you.
Okay. But if I come to the gym and you're there and I'm going to get on a treadmill and you're on a treadmill, how many treadmills do you want between us?
Between the spacing? I find it awkward when there's like a ton of free ones and then the person always goes and like takes the treadmill right next to you.
So you don't want me right next to you.
I think that's weird.
That's the temptation.
That's the temptation.
That's what I really want to do is come and set up right next to you.
I don't like when strangers do that. You'll be fine to do that. But I think you're going to mostly be in the weightlifting. You'll be mostly in the weightlifting area.
If you had a choice, how many Okay, am I in the same row? Because there's 2 rows. 2
like levels of it.
Yeah, so...
it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
No, pretend I'm Eric for a minute.
But if you're like, why'd she quit the gym? Like, it did matter. It doesn't matter.
He kept coming over and saying hi.
And I really don't like that.
And I just can't.
I can't stand when people come say hi.
All right. But, okay, here's what I want to do.
Yeah.
All right. See this room here? This is a safe space for you. And if you feel like you need to come in this room and address something that happened over there, I want you to know that you can.
Okay, I will.
Because I feel like we have a good enough relationship that if we start having a gym problem...
We don't want it to come into the studio.
Well, you know what? I feel like we can talk it through. We can work through it, okay? So
I think it's okay because the one great thing about Obi and I is if we're outside of the studio and we're done with the show, we don't need to talk to each other.
We really don't.
We can. It's when you don't know someone well enough that you got to fill the time up with them. But we can just perfectly be at the gym and we don't have to have a conversation or talk. We just say, hey, that's it.
Jerome wants to know if we should both be at the same location at the same time.
Oh, like a president, vice president thing?
That's a good idea.
If some emergency happens, like the show, we're gone. It goes.
Well, I'll just tell you right now, if you guys can handle a rerun, it's like Jeopardy. We have enough that
we have enough riot shows. You'll never miss us if something happens.
We could run for like a decade and people would be like, this is really good.
It's really topical, isn't it?
Yeah, he's really on point with this.
The worst podcast with the best listeners. This is the Worst of the Riot podcast.
I know for you guys it's Tuesday, but it's my Monday. So
Obi was not here yesterday. He was out sick, but he's back today.
You got to give me a little, space in there to the thing and
adjust
whatever.
Back into the day.
Yeah. So did you guys see over the weekend all that news about Antonio Brown? I just got tired of hearing about it. But in the middle of it, I'll tell you what, Nikki, I saw some true professionalism emerge.
From which side?
Not from Antonio Brown.
Okay, good.
Okay. But from Tom Brady.
Yeah.
Did you see what Tom Brady had to say about it?
I did not.
He said, and I quote,
he's now on the Patriots.
Yeah, he's going to play for the Patriots. And Tom Brady says, I'm 1,000,000% in. Now, see, that's a team player. He's like, I'm going to set this stuff aside, whatever, and I'm going to do this. Now, Nikki, before we get into this, I have to ask you a question. Are you a team? What?
Am I a team player
Are you
here?
a team player?
I'm 100% in.
Are you a leader?
I am a leader.
Are you? Did you guys notice that she couldn't get that word out?
We're leaders together for the show.
Did you
I don't want to separate us like that.
Did you notice that she choked on the word leader?
I didn't know if it was a trap. It's
okay.
Like, you're wrong. We're not leaders. We're together. It's a team.
Because the Patriots star, Tom Brady, has said, you know what? Antonio Brown can come live with me at my house. He says he's got 5 bedrooms. Come on over, Antonio.
Is he really saying this, or?
I mean, that's what he said.
Okay.
He could stay with me. So here's my question to you, Nikki. Can I come and live with you?
But you're already here. We're already on the team.
Are you ready to be a leader?
Yes,
like Tom Brady?
If that's what the show needs, then that's fine.
Can I come and live at your house in your 5-bedroom mansion?
I don't think with the puppies I have, that's good for your allergies, but...
Well, you know what? You're going to put dogs before us? Dogs before the team?
It's like,
there's no dog in team.
Darn it. No, there's not.
So just something for you to think about.
Oh, man. I really wonder how this is going to play out. Not the riot part, but the Antonio Brown part.
Because Nikki and I will do fine. Yeah. I'll stay a couple of treadmills down, and we'll still drive separate cars.
We're going to still be fine.
It's fine.
I don't see that being a problem. But I kind of, you don't wish ill will on the Patriots, but you just kind of want things to maybe go not as smoothly. For him.
A lot of times when money gets involved, it ruins relationships.
That is apparent.
So... You know how it is. You know what? It's the NFL. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Like within a year, everybody will be like, I don't know. It's fine. They won't care. They won't, because that's the NFL. The NFL's always got something crazy going.
Did you see his YouTube video on like him just shouting, I'm free, as he got picked up then later by the Patriots?
I didn't, actually.
It's interesting because, he wanted to get off the Raiders, and they're saying he devised this plan and had people helping.
Right. They were saying that, like, he worked with his social media team to try to figure out a way.
And then he posted this YouTube video, and it made it seem like, what did they do to you to act like this? But then on the other side, it's like, well, are you acting like this to make people feel sympathetic with you, that you weren't doing this for other reasons? Because he kind of comes off... I didn't like him. Let's just say that. I don't like his tactics. That's it. That's a better way to say that. Right, I'm sure he's just individually as a person, great. We love and support everybody. But I don't like his tactics.
Business acumen. Seems
a bit gameplay-y for me. So the YouTube video was kind of like, and there you go.
Nikki, it is a game.
It is. Well, he's playing off the field.
He's playing the meta game.
He was playing off the field more than on the field for the game of football.
Well... You know how it is. The good news is, like, at least he plays the game well enough that he's got a lot of money. And Tom Brady hasn't invited me over to stay.
You never got that invitation.
And I'll just say this as a side note. Some of the memes, so good.
The whining, the loathing, the insightful commentary on postmodern historical doctrine. Okay, maybe not the last one. You're listening to The Riot on RadioU.
It's real, Nikki. It's real.
So last week you decided to start it's not a diet plan, but you're eliminating something that you thought was maybe
the most important thing in my life.
Well, maybe the cause of some of your stomach problems for the last couple of years, of just not feeling the greatest all the time.
Dairy.
Yes.
Yes. Yes. And some people are like, well, this is cheese. It's not. No. Dairy.
Well, some people get bothered by certain aspects of dairy more than others.
Yeah. So I went, 5 days, maybe 6 days, no dairy, no milk, no cheese, no nothing. Then it was like, all right, like, we got to find out, like, is it real? And so I actually decided I bought some, Lactaid or whatever. Mm-hmm. And so I had some Costco Lactaid, whatever their version is, and a piece of Costco pizza.
Ooh.
Which I love Costco's pizza.
Good choice.
Oh, my gosh.
What happened?
Everything.
Nothing's supposed to happen if you take the Lactaid thing.
I know. That's what they say.
And you can't even take that now?
I was like, yeah, we'll just see how it happens. And here's what's funny is like, it was probably 30, 40 minutes later. Here's what started in my stomach. You started, like, I mean.
Started gurgling.
So loud. I mean, like, it was just
Why can't you take anything? It's howling.
It was.
It's like, what are we doing?
I was like, I just want everyone to know that's inside only. Nothing has escaped. I'm just.
It's just my stomach's gurgling.
The inside. And I also want you all to know that the time is coming when I will pay dearly for my crimes. But right now we're fine.
Okay, so.
No big deal.
Well, then what happened? Or you did make you sick?
Well, I mean, what happened was that I took more Lactaid, some Pepto, and a Gas X. And
why can't you just have pizza? Why can't you just have pizza?
And I finished out my evening with my friends, and I haven't been heard from since.
I was afraid because you weren't here yesterday. I was like, oh no, what did he do? Did he have cheese dip or what did he have?
Yeah.
So can you not have Lactaid then?
I don't know. I suppose I'll try it again at some point.
Not if your stomach is audibly telling you not to. Like, our body normally can't talk to us in such a way, but it is telling you it doesn't want it.
Yeah. Now, Kyle wants to know, am I sure it's not other ingredients of the pizza? Now, here's the deal. I can track this back to other kinds of cheese, and where this all started was a glass of milk. That's where it all started.
Yeah.
Was I made myself a nice peanut butter sandwich. It had some homemade jam on it. Someone had given me some blackberry jam, and I was like, oh, that's going to be so good. And it was delicious. And what washes that down better than milk? Nothing. Nothing
So you
does.
went with that.
So I did. I got my milk and stuff, and it was like, oh, I'm so sick. And I had milk in a long time, and I was like, what if it's the milk? And so then the next day.
That led you on your journey for the week to take off dairy.
Yeah, and I went the entire week feeling great, like so much better. And then in my dairy-free body, I reintroduced some dairy, and it was just like, oh my gosh.
I guess my question is still, can you not even have the dairy pills?
I don't know. Like, I'll just tell you, this time around, they sure didn't do much for me. So.
All right, we'll take him back then to Costco.
I could.
Be like, listen, I can't. Let me just play you the noises my stomach made. I can't have this.
I was thinking I'm probably going to do a couple more trial runs.
Yeah, just to figure it out.
To kind of see how it goes. But the other, yeah. Oh, and just to be clear, people that are like, I quit dairy, I'm losing so much weight. No, not at all.
Still the same.
Still fat.
He is consistent.
Yeah, don't worry about that.
The Riot has now been downloaded. I hope you installed some antivirus. This is the worst of the Riot podcast.
Now, who out there is thinking to themselves, I don't have enough Monopoly sets. I need another one.
I haven't bought a Monopoly set in a while.
Well, Nikki, they're targeting you.
Oh, is there a new one?
She's a girl, you're a girl.
Well, is there now a girl Monopoly set?
Ms. Monopoly.
Was the other one always Mr. Monopoly and I didn't know it, or?
Maybe, is that guy's name?
Well, I always thought it was just called Monopoly.
I always thought of him as being like
Mr. Moneybags.
I always thought of him as like Warbucks, which I know is an Annie reference, but like
that was like his name.
Whatever. Well, this is a new women's empowerment monopoly. So like when you pass go, women get $240. And it's a way for us to remember the pay imbalance that exists in the world between men and women.
Is this real or is this a statement like thesis piece?
Oh, it's real.
It's real? They're going to actually do it?
Pre-orders start today. So if you want to get
Monopoly?
in there. Yeah. And instead of buying property, you invest in inventions created by women. Things like Wi-Fi and chocolate chip cookies.
I guess that's good. I didn't know we had all that.
And so you get that. So there you go, Miss Monopoly.
Great.
Now,
this is the first time in Monopoly history that a new mascot will be featured on the cover of a game. All
right.
And that's Miss Monopoly.
Yeah. So good for them.
Great.
I'm sure it'll sell super well. to girls, I guess.
There'll be, let's see. Oh, yeah, you still have the normal stuff. Jail, luxury taxes, and chance cards are still included. So the gameplay still seems the same.
Mm-hmm. Well, I wish all of you ladies the best of luck as you finally
get what we've been wanting.
There's you don't want to wander into it. It's a hot button issue. But I'll say a couple things. One, in the nonprofit sector, I make so little money. I don't even know. Are women making less? Is anybody making any money? Is anybody?
That's one.
Hey, that's point
so
number.
there should be a nonprofit monopoly. Lots of forms, no money.
Where you'll spend hours debating how to spend $20.
Many meetings.
It'll be great. You're going to love it. So there's that. And then there's just the idea of if you wanted to insult somebody, you say, yeah, it would take some fantasy land for a woman to make more than a man. That's one sick
You could
burn.
do that, yeah.
Or, the other take that we could have is, Monopoly was the one place where there was true equality because everybody was distributed everything evenly.
Yeah.
And so your gender didn't matter. It was just a game.
I guess I never thought when playing Monopoly that gender came into it at all.
Yeah.
But they're making it that way. So Miss Monopoly will be available for pre-order starting September 10th.
The other thing...
Today!
This may shock the people at Hasbro, but I'm going to throw this out to you. Real talk. I actually don't play games to be taught lessons. I also, and this is going to shock the entertainment industry, I don't go to the movies to be taught a lesson. I don't watch TV to be taught a lesson. I actually go to all those things for entertainment to escape the real world, not to be reminded with all the things that are wrong with it and how you think we should fix it.
Well, of course you'd say that.
I would, wouldn't I?
Yeah.
I would, because I'm a man.
And that's what you got.
So, well, you know what? I wish Monopoly great luck
I
in
just
this.
still feel like when I look at it, it doesn't look real, like it's a joke.
They also should come up with a way to charge men more for it if they want to buy it.
Oh, yeah, when you go to the store, if you're a woman, you don't have to pay as much. If you're a man, you have to pay more.
That actually, I think, would be better.
That's not true, but it would be something.
That's just the thought.
Where do you go when you need someone to listen to your problems and give you a big hug? Not here. Obviously, this is The Riot on Radio U.
I want to say what's up to Josh. Today is the first day at his new job.
Yay! Good morning, Josh.
Congratulations on your new job. He says, I'm so thankful for the Riot as a ride to work. Love you guys.
Well, we feel like we have a new job today, too. We're going to work with you.
Going right on in there.
That's awesome.
Hey, Josh, this is just a little advice for you and for everyone else on their first day of work. You really need to stop giving your dog pig ears.
Oh, the chew treats.
So, help
it's
me
a
out.
thing.
Is it actually a pig's ear?
It is. And there's other pig parts, too, that people give them as, like, chew stuff. Oh, it's so weird.
So you're telling me...
You can buy bags of pig ears.
Well, okay, where do you go?
I think even at Costco.
To buy... Costco has bags of pig ears?
Yeah, in the doggy section.
I thought Costco was better than
More
that.
progressive than that? I know.
Pig ears?
I think even in the meat section you can find that for grilling.
So how long...
I'm just teasing. I don't know if people eat that.
Are you eating pig ears right now?
No, I'm not eating pig ears.
Well, you eat fried pig skin.
I'm not eating pig ears.
Okay, but skin.
But people eat the ears. Dogs do. It's a dog chew toy.
So how long does it take a dog to get through an ear?
It depends on your dog breed.
Okay, well, what about the cinnamon Pop-Tarts?
Cinnamon and sugar.
Whatever.
Well, they're too young to give them that.
Okay.
But I had a Mastiff, and man, like, that could be just a couple of minutes. He could just go through them.
You're telling me that he ate pig ears?
He's a big dog.
Okay, but, like, don't you ever get concerned that he's going to start looking at your
My
ears?
ears?
Like, hey, that
could work.
Hey,
I'm not calling you a pig mom, but...
We're out of chew toys, and you're not his mom.
Yeah, well, I'm his doggy mom. I'm the mommy for the doggies.
Oh, please don't do that.
Why?
Because it's pretty much the only thing I can't stand from pet owners.
I know you have a problem with that.
It drives me nuts. Oh, these are I don't have grandkids, I have grandpups. And you're like, oh, what you have is loneliness. And you're advertising
You don't want to go to the pet store then and see that section. There's a lot of stuff that they're like, oh, the humans won't eat it. Let's give it to the dogs.
Well, like what else?
There's,
Come on. I know you know some. Let me in on the secret inside world of pets.
Well, the bones are weird.
That's fine. I get the bones.
But even the bones that have the little bit of dried stuff on them.
Oh, yeah.
For them to eat.
Oh,
and
yeah.
then
That's delicious.
I think there's hooves and stuff.
That's a little weirder.
Yeah. So I think they can chew on that. There's the pig ears. Is it the tails? I can't remember. I
don't know.
So it's shocking.
Well, I'll tell you
barbaric.
This. The CDC is like, hey, you guys got to lay off the pig ears because we got some salmonella getting passed around. Everything's salmonella here. Everywhere.
You got to get it. There's a chance for everything.
Yeah, so that's what they say. Apparently, pig ears may be getting dogs sick, and they're getting people sick from handling the pig ears.
It's not like we're eating the pig ears. Everybody had a real problem with this story came out because of the wording. It's not people eating pig ears. It's people touching the pig ears that they're giving to their pets.
Hang on. When you say everybody had a problem.
There was a lot of controversy about this article over the weekend.
Is it those secret Reddit forums you belong to from pet owners?
Pretty much. They're like, it's not us eating it. It's just the dogs.
Said the people that are obviously eating it.
Hannah texted, said someone's got to eat the pig ears. Why shouldn't it be the dogs?
So what are we now? Like the North American natives that don't waste any of the buffalo, but we've taken that to the pig?
And then Dana's correct. She mentioned bully sticks, which I will let you look that up. Those are also for sale at Costco, and those are bad. We don't need to talk about that. Antlers are another thing that you can get for your animal.
And you feed those to your animal?
Doggies eat them. Doggies eat them.
Well, we're not going to get into it, but that's a whole other thing, isn't it?
It's a whole other world.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see. Katie said they have everything from bones to heart, tendons, tails, and antlers.
Hearts? Okay. All right. Yeah, sure. I mean, I worked at a deli for a while, and I didn't really work at the deli, but I worked at this farm market that had a deli, and we sold pickled cow's tongue, and people raved about how
they
good
liked it?
Oh, yeah. Let me get some of that pickled cow's tongue.
Can't wait.
And we have pies and cakes and there's so much
bakery
stuff. There's all this wonderful food here, and you're looking for pickled cow's tongue.
So let's see. Tiffany said you can also get your dog bull horns, pig ears, pig hides to chew on.
Eric says, so first they tell me I can't kiss my chicken, and now I can't kiss my pig on its ears.
You're right.
I'm telling you, the CDC, they are killing all the fun.
I don't know if they're bored over there, but they're trying to just say no to everything.
You know what? They've hired somebody a lot younger to write the press releases, and they're just like, guys, come on. I'll write up anything. Check this out. No more pig ears.
Seems like every day we're getting something new that we're not supposed to be doing.
Everything you love about the Riot, plus a handy-dandy fast-forward option. This is the Worst of the Riot podcast.
Now, if you guys know, but no good deed goes unpunished. So, the people at Disney are punishing someone. Actually, they're not. They're being nice to him because, of course, they would. And here's the thing. You could be as nice as you want, but you're 20. No one cares.
You're still paying.
But if you were 7 and you were really, really nice, and someone in the media happened to hear about it, and it happened to make national news, and it also happened to involve a multinational billion-dollar corporation.
Well, then they're on top of it.
They might be looking for all the free publicity they can get by exploiting your kindness.
Good for him,
and
at least.
Disney has invited 7-year-old Jermaine Bell.
Now, he was the one who had been saving money up for a trip to Disney. And he decided to donate it to those affected by the hurricane.
Yes, he did. And so,
which is very nice. And that we support.
Well, yes, of course we do. That's not it. There's just that sick, cynical man that lives inside me that's just like, you know what?
Plus, he wasn't actually raising money his parents. It's good.
I give him a pass on that.
It's nice that they're having him involved in the process since it's so expensive to go.
Right. And so now his family is getting a free VIP vacation to Disney.
Yay, that's nice.
So they're awarding him with that. But again, I just want to remind you, they're not going to do anything like this for you. I don't care that you left your family for 6 weeks of volunteer work, to help people with the hurricane. They don't care.
No one is going to acknowledge.
Nobody cares.
We'll acknowledge it. I mean, great. Like all the nice things that you try to do, and we don't do things just to get things back. But it's nice when your good deed is rewarded.
Again, I'm so sorry that I'm being so cynical about this, but again, this is just about good publicity for Disney. This is a business expense for them. It is not we care so much. We really
maybe it is. Maybe the person involved
Nikki.
With this one, spearheading the project of it, maybe they're like, oh my gosh, this is great. We got to get involved.
No. Okay, but behind them, there's somebody at Disney that is a kind-hearted dreamer, but there's somebody with a dark heart that was like, well, I know I have a dark heart,
Ebenezer.
so I need some kind-hearted people to go out and make me look better so I can continue to make money to fill this black void in my chest.
That's every company. That is every company. And way to ruin a sweet moment, you know? Just let them have their sweet moment.
Can I put on a resume, ruins good things? Is that something? Can you add that as a
For some job, it might actually be helpful. Put it on there.
Can I write that down? Like, do you have kindness in your heart? I'm here to expose what a terrible person you actually are.
I'm going to ruin it all.
Are you having a good day? Don't worry, you'll die soon. Eventually. I'm here to ruin it.
So is that all that you had on this story?
That's all I got.
Okay.
That's all I got. Congratulations to him. It is cool, though. He and his family do get to go to Disney for a VIP vacation, which...
Shh. Just leave it at that. You don't even have to have any other comments with it.
Okay.
I felt one more coming. And
You're right.
There's nothing else to say.
You're right.
Good on them. Good on the little boy for helping out. Mm-hmm. That's very nice.
It's wonderful.
We should all look for ways to help people.
To give.
Mm-hmm.
We should.
Even if no one ever acknowledges it.
That's right.
We still want to help and give.
Still want to help.
The Riot. Not everyone's a fan.
I wonder whose idea this was.
RadioU.
Look, who among us does not have occasion from time to time to shoot somebody? You know what I mean? Just like grab the gun and let them have it.
Well, I hope not. That would be bad.
Sometimes you shoot a kid, you know? What?
No.
Well, Nikki, that's exactly what Renee Jones did last week.
Well, is she the mom?
Her daughter Hannah came home to, surprise her, and she was just like, hey, Hannah, how's it going? Come on. That's your arm! I just shattered your elbow!
It's not the whole story, but we did talk last week.
Something you don't know is mom keeps a loaded revolver next to her bed at night.
This mom would do that.
Holy crap.
She had a loaded gun that she would keep next to her, or was it like under her pillow or something?
38 special.
And her mom was by herself, and then the daughter came home from college or whatever and surprised her.
And to be clear, she did surprise her.
She did, but
she
the mom
absolutely surprised her.
Mom thought someone was breaking in and shot her daughter. Thankfully, didn't kill her, but will you stop? What is wrong with you? I'm turning you off there.
Why?
You don't get any sound effects. You don't get any of them.
What's wrong with you?
You lose your sound effects.
I'm sorry. Did she not shoot her?
Not with that gun. She
wasn't. This is going to blow your mind. They're getting a free vacation to Disney World. The NRA is paying for it.
I think you're still sick. I think you're still sick from yesterday. And I think it's showing itself right now.
They're getting a free trip to Gun World. They're going to get to take concealed carry classes.
What is wrong with you today?
What?
What is wrong?
What?
No, that's not what happened.
Fine, Nikki, you go right ahead.
But
Give them the sanitized story that no one wants to hear.
Last week, we were wondering, would the mom face any charges?
And the answer is no.
The answer is no. I mean, it was an accident, a terrible accident, but she shot her 18-year-old daughter when she came home from college to surprise her, and she will not be charged.
That's right. So this year, Christmas has come.
Just give the details. Again, I have to tell you this again. Just give the story details.
That's it. That's the story.
No comments with it.
You don't want... No, that's the job.
Not today, it's not.
Editorializing, that's the job.
Not today, it's not.
This girl's going to have the best Christmas ever because her mom's just like, you know what? I owe you everything.
Everything you ask ask for.
It's like, so what do you want for Christmas this year? My arm to stop hurting.
Oh, yeah, she got
Thanks,
hit
Mom.
just above her elbow. They did an investigation, and authorities said that they're not going to be pressing charges. It really was just an unfortunate accident.
Dude, it's the worst. I mean, there's no, okay, how do you react? Like, do you think, like, is she mad at her mom?
No, I wouldn't think so.
She understands.
I mean, your mom would never. Well, we've read articles that is not a true statement. There are
seems
some
like
moms that
she wouldn't have done this on purpose.
Not in this case. It seems like it really was an accident. The mom should not have maybe been so quick to shoot at the door. But
Nikki, listen. Sometimes it's going down, and you got to be ready.
Now, remember, I said stop. No more.
You got to be ready.
No more.
Okay.
Thankfully, they're both okay, and no charges pressed against the mom.
I'll tell you this right now. That lady, no one's breaking in that house again ever. Word on the street is you don't mess with Renee. All right?
She will shoot.
Yeah. Like, if there's any doubt, she will shoot you. Shot her own daughter.
It was bad enough the first time around, but now it's worse. Don't believe us? Just keep listening. You'll find out soon enough. This is the worst of the Riot podcast.
You know, I've been doing this thing where I've been watching old movies, like over the weekends, and I didn't watch anything this weekend, which is too bad. I don't know what I did instead. Something.
Well, they weren't feeling the best.
Yeah, so I didn't watch any movies this weekend.
Weren't you supposed to watch, what was the one you were supposed to watch?
I don't remember. Because I've watched
the newer
Poseidon. That's right, yeah.
You were supposed to watch the newest, even though it's still an old movie, but there was a newer remake because you watched the old version
1972's The Poseidon Adventure. I also watched The Towering Inferno. I watched Point Break. I also watched Avengers Infinity War, but that was whatever.
Just thrown in the mix.
But I was looking for something like older action movie, whatever. We took some suggestions. But you know what? No one suggested Face Off, the 1997 John Travolta, Nicolas Cage, as directed by John Woo thriller.
John Woo, that's the guy I remember from that.
That's right. An acclaimed Hong Kong action director.
Who would always put doves, because he did this Mission Impossible movie.
Doves, Nikki.
And in the Mission Impossible one and in Face Off, you'll see these doves just always come up, and usually in slow motion, they're flapping their wings and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That was what he was kind of known for. He always included it.
As a matter of fact. And so, as a result, I've seen...
As a result of the doves?
As a result of the doves. That's why that's just filler language while my brain gets back on track. You just say things.
Basically, they've announced that Paramount Pictures is going to do a remake of Face Off, which came out in 1997.
But I feel like that fits my category of movies, Nikki. 22 years old.
That's about it.
I should sit down and watch Face Off.
It's not going to feature any of the original characters, so it'll be a new cast. And the 22 Jump Street remake.
So is it going to be a comedy?
I don't know, but the people who wrote that are doing the script for this one.
Okay. Well, there you go. What do you think, Nikki? Face Off.
I don't know. I mean, as far as like old action movies, it's bad, but it's not like the worst.
You could do worse?
Yeah, you could totally do worse. And I know people that watch Nicolas Cage movies, like the old ones, and make it a point to try to get through all of his entire catalog, and I don't know why, but they just want to watch all of them. Mm-hmm. So I know people who like the Face Off movie in a non-ironic way, I guess.
Ironically unironic?
Yeah, like one of those ways. Out of his catalog, it's not the worst. Okay. It's not the best, but it's not the worst. So.
I should watch it. There is a Netflix exclusive movie from John Woo that he made last year called Manhunt.
Did you watch that?
I did. And you know what? It's absolutely like it's a weird like hybrid. It's got actors and characters from China and Japan, so it feels like it was co-financed or something. And but I enjoyed it.
It's this for Face Off. Honestly, I don't mean any meanness to Nicolas Cage or John Travolta.
Go ahead, come on,
but like
be
nowadays, it seems like some of the stuff they pick is different or odd or not as, I don't know, high profile or big budget, that sort of thing. And so you don't think of them as like the actors they probably were like in 1997, where they were like, oh, the blockbuster stars of that time.
We should watch Face Off.
So when you go and watch a movie where that was their strong time, it's different.
That's true. That's true. Chris just texted. He said that he and his wife watched Willow over the weekend.
What's Willow?
Willow is an old movie by Ron Howard. It's a fantasy movie. I had a period of time when somehow I ended up watching it a bunch, and I was pretty much in love with whoever the actress is that plays Bavmorda's daughter. She had these huge brown eyes, and you were just like...
So you've already seen the old movie?
I've seen Willow. And I feel like it's probably best if I don't go back and watch it again. You don't go back to that?
All right, well, add Face Off to your
I think I'm totally going to watch Face Off.
Old classic movies and, see if that might work.
Let's see. Well, I'll find out how much that costs on iTunes.
No, look for free streaming somewhere first.
Okay.
It's surely streaming somewhere.
Streaming service comparison. There.
It must be somewhere, somehow, without you having to pay for it.
You're probably right.
The Riot. Just because it's bad doesn't mean it's not good. Wait, isn't that exactly what it means? It's The Riot on RadioU.
Another yawn. It is The Riot.
Nikki, I don't know if you know, but working's hard.
It is. And Obi was out yesterday, so this is his first full day.
Monday.
And you're so many hours into it, so you've been trying.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't even work out this morning. I just slept in.
I think getting up after being not feeling the best, you don't need to add that to it.
That's a lot, right?
That's pushing it too much.
But, I mean, who else right now is already thinking about an afternoon nap? I mean, I described it earlier. You know how great it is? You get on the couch. I love a fan. I like a good fan blowing in my face.
Doesn't matter if it's hot or cold out. It's just the sound of
fan,
the feeling of
and
it.
And all of it. Then you get under the blanket. And you're probably not supposed to do this, but I like to turn on a show that I like. And then I'm watching it. And then pretty soon I'm like, those characters would never do that.
Right, to sleep like a baby.
Because my brain has gone, off creating its own show. And I didn't even know it. And then you wake up and you're like, oh.
What time is it?
That was great.
Oh, no, I took a nap.
Oh, how did that happen?
I feel refreshed.
And if anybody says that you shouldn't take a nap or they try to nap shame you, and there's a lot of nap shaming out there, Nikki.
We have a lot of studies, and we can give you the links if anybody shames you about why naps are important in the afternoon.
Mm-hmm. So what do I have?
And it's not just you being a baby.
What do I have right here?
Oh, you got another study?
Oh, according to this study, Nikki, that you can cut your risk of a heart attack in half.
By sleeping in the afternoon?
By having 1 to 2 naps a week. Come on.
That's good.
You know what that means? It's for your health. That means it's for you.
That's just you time, and you got to take care of yourself.
That means that you're showing love to others.
Yeah.
By napping.
I watched another YouTube video of someone who got and tried for a week a weighted blanket. And I almost sent it to you because I thought you still need to try a weighted blanket.
I do need to try a weighted blanket.
And they said like they would go to sleep because let alone a nap, we don't sleep enough at night.
Right.
And so then the person eventually took a couple of nights, but finally they got into a cycle of they would fall asleep in one spot and wake up in the morning and not snooze, not like, we have several alarms, would just get up with the first one and be in the same spot that they were when they fell asleep.
So, didn't they roll over at all?
No, because it weights you down. It kind of just...
no rolling over?
Forces your body to sleep and stay in that spot. So we're not waking ourselves up during the night.
I noticed that I roll over about every 2 or 3 hours.
So maybe this would keep you from doing it.
Is that wrong?
Then do we need a nap if we're getting enough sleep at night?
You know what, Nikki, the study says... Because do you know what you just did?
Nap shame.
That you're on the path to nap shaming.
No.
You didn't nap shame, but you have laid out a way to not nap, which I feel like that's because you're saying to yourself, I shouldn't be napping.
Some of us legitimately, if you don't have time to take a nap, and if you take a nap too late, it does mess with your evening sleep.
Nikki, couple things, all right, before you go any farther. One, you got to make time. Okay, 1. And then 2, they say if you take a short nap, it won't interfere with your nighttime sleep.
People say that, but it just depends on the person.
Yeah, you just you got to set an alarm 20 minutes.
Your birthday's coming up. I think that we need to look into maybe a weighted blanket.
Weighted blanket. So I still feel like I'm concerned about your nap shaming ways.
They're not nap shaming. It's just practical ways that we can at least get more sleep.
Okay. The only problem is
You don't look at the weights, though.
Let's say I get a weighted...
The weight is actually a correlation between like how much you actually weigh and how much you need the weighted blanket to weigh. So you'll get a little sadness when you figure out like what's the weight of your blanket supposed to be.
And I'm like, all right, fatty, you got to spend some more money on your blanket.
You've got to buy the more expensive one if you weigh more.
Which we're not saying that you do. We're saying that I probably do.
You can always lie, like you're...
But you want the full effect,
well,
right?
I mean, if you're 5 or 10 close, like, what's a 5 or 10 pounds?
Well, here's one for, only $85.
And it used to be a lot more.
Yeah, I know.
It's actually not a bad price.
Now they're shoving them with, like, dead animals or something, just like whatever to keep them weighted down. They used to have these like hypoallergenic, like good materials, and now they're like, yeah, you know what? We just been shoving dead bugs in there, and it's less expensive. It's the same weight.
It works. Just don't open it. Don't unzip the blanket.
Yeah, never look in there. Never look in there.
Yeah!
You were one of the lucky few who missed the riot when they were live. Yet here you are.
I also like to live dangerously.
This is the Worst of the Riot podcast.
Nikki, over the weekend, I did receive my first birthday present.
You did? An early one?
One of my only birthday presents this year, but that's okay. Yes, tickets to the Great Cheesy Movie Circus Tour. That's Mystery Science Theater 3000 live.
You're going to go see it?
So excited.
You are?
I am. I was like, yeah, I don't know if I want to. And then once it came down to it, I'm like, yes, I do.
Well, you've seen it before, but do they change the movie and stuff? So it'll be a different setup?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The movie, No Retreat, No Surrender. It's one of Jean-Claude Van Damme's first movies.
I'm sure it's a classic.
It's about a kid who moves, and he's like getting beaten up at school and stuff. And the ghost of Bruce Lee teaches him kung fu. Yes!
Looks like it's from 1986.
Yeah.
So you get to watch. Do you do it in the movie theater then, or is it in a theater?
It's in a theater. And so, okay, for example, it just depends on where you live. But the place I went last time was like a music hall. So like the Newport Music Hall in Columbus, Ohio. It was a concert venue like that. But they put chairs out.
Oh, and then they just have a screen?
Yeah, which I've never seen. And so what happens is they come out and they do some live segments. And yes, these are puppets. And a person and puppets. And then they'll like go behind the screen where they'll show the movie. And then they are live riffing the movie. So the idea is they've got a crappy movie and they're making fun of it while you watch it. And it's live, like it's an episode of the TV show, but They're doing it there. And apparently they've been doing these tours for years. Never knew anything about them until it showed up on Netflix. And I went last year, also a birthday present, and had way too much fun.
Well, you love it.
I did. And so I was like, I don't know if I want to do it this time. And then I was like, what is wrong with you? Like, what is wrong with you? That's like, there's so many things you don't like. You like this.
You want to do this.
This is something you actually like. Watch Obadiah have non-ironic fun, just enjoying himself.
So that's Mystery Science Theater.
Yeah, the Great Cheesy Movie Circus Tour. They say it's the last time that the guy Joel is going to do the tour, but everybody always says it's the last time. And then the next thing you know, Amber Lynn's touring Australia. So
it's just our version of that.
I don't know. I don't know how much of it I buy.
Well, I'm excited for you to go.
Me too. Me too. I'm pumped. And it's, what is it, like October 6th or something like that?
For your date that you're going?
Mm-hmm. I looked at one that was a week earlier, but I'd have to drive an hour. But I mean, I will say, if you care about this thing, and I see that hand, I see it.
Of the only other one person out there who does care about it. But we all like to hear about it. We love to hear about it.
I can't wait. And you know what? This year, I want to get some. I didn't really buy any merch last year. This year, I'm coming home with something.
You're bringing merch home?
I don't care what. I don't care if it's a poster or a coffee mug or what. I'm getting something. Though I did, when ThinkGeek was dying, thank you, GameStop, I did get that huge Mystery Science Theater 3000 rug. It's so great. Every time I open the door to my basement, as you're going downstairs, at the foot of the stairs is the big mystery moon at the bottom of the stairs. And I open the basement, I'm like,
it's a shock that was on discount.
And right above it is my Godzilla versus Space Godzilla poster. And then you know where you are.
Oh, yeah, that's Obi's area.
You know that is a lonely place. That is a lonely place.
At least it's furnished. You know, you got some decorations.
Yeah, that's right. I bought a couch from my neighbor at a garage sale. So you're going to be sitting comfortably. It's a lot of fun.
I love hearing it all because you're so excited about it, and we don't want to fault you for that. You know, you're super excited.
Who doesn't want to hang out? Any hands?
You know what? It's shocking how many people are busy that day.
It's weird.
Thanks for listening to the Worst of the Riot podcast.
Oh no, I missed it. Do it again.
You can hear us live every day on the RadioU network through the RadioU app or at riot.radiou.com.
Are you having a good day? Don't worry, you'll die soon.